Hi, I'm Amy at EuroluxHome.com. Thanks for coming back and hanging out on YouTube with me today. If you enjoy this video, be sure to like it, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and maybe even share it with a friend who would also enjoy learning about European antiques. People ask me all the time how to sell their antique and vintage items. So I thought I would make a 4-part series about the whole process. So if you've missed the first 2 episodes, go back and watch 1, how to value or price your item. Number 2, local options of where to sell your piece. Today we're going to look at online places to sell your piece. And then we'll have one more video where I give you all my tips and tricks for success. So let's jump into today. But first you have a few considerations that you have to think about. So if you've gotten this far and you're really thinking about listing your pieces for sale online, you do have to think about the cost because normally there are fees. It really is a pay-to-play game online. There are listing fees where just putting your item up on a website, you may have to pay a fee. Sometimes there's just commissions. After you sell a piece, then you pay commissions to the website. Sometimes there's both listing fees and commission fees, and sometimes there's neither. It's just completely free. So of course you have to think about the higher the cost generally means the more eyes or the more audience, the bigger audience looking at your listing. So if you decide that you want to go online to sell your piece, you do have a much larger geographical reach than if you just stick with a local sales option. But also consider that there's a lot more competition. When you put your piece up online, it is fighting against thousands and thousands and thousands of other pieces. So just keep that in mind. Next is shipping. So if you really don't want to have to fool with shipping, then you probably want to go back and watch the local option video of where to sell your pieces locally, because normally if you're selling online, you're going to have to ship it somewhere else. Now, furniture is very fragile and it's really quite expensive to ship. So it's important to know that from the start. You will have to consider packaging. Maybe you're just selling a vase or a lamp or something small that could be packaged in a box. Do you have the materials? Do you know how to safely pack the item? If it's a bigger piece of furniture, are you going to try to package it, or will you use a white glove carrier? And what about insurance? What if it gets damaged on the way? How are you going to take care of that? So those are things to think about, and you might really have to learn a bit more about shipping furniture if you want to try and sell on online marketplaces. Now, what are some free or low-cost options for online sales? Because maybe you do the local option, but then you want to add in some online options too. You don't have to do either or, you can do both. So, a great place to start is your own social media. You could post your things on your Facebook page. You could list them on your Instagram channel. You could put them on Pinterest. You could even make a TikTok video. Maybe it'll go viral and you'll sell that sofa right away. Those are some places. There's other websites, lesser known websites that have very low or free listing fees. Such as bonanza.com, buku.com, offerup.com, and apartment therapy bazaar. So those are some options. Look into those. Now, the higher the cost, the more traffic will come to your listing. Just makes sense, it's economics. So really, the big gorilla in the room is eBay. That is the most famous. Everybody knows eBay. There's lots and lots of traffic to that site. Etsy is another great option for handmade items, but also antique and vintage items. Go Antiques and Ruby Lane are both websites that specialize in antique or vintage pieces. Now, there has been some new websites that have come about that actually will arrange the shipping for you. So that might be a perfect option. One is called Apartment Deco, and it's APT Deco, D-E-C-O, and Cherish, spelled like the chair you sit in, C-H-A-I-R, and then it's a play on love and cherish, so C-H-A-I-R-I-S-H. They will actually ship the piece for you, but of course remember that there is a price for that, and that is built into their consignment fees. Now, whatever you do, however you try to sell your pieces, make sure that you're safe about it. If you're posting on your own social media, you don't, of course, want to put your address on there. And be sure to watch out for scams. There are a lot of dishonest people, unfortunately, in the world. So sometimes if something seems a little too good to be true, it probably is. And most importantly, be patient. Online sales can take a long time. So remember, that's kind of that scale. If you want it faster, selling it, getting it, moving it out faster, generally the price is lower. And if you want to wait to get the higher price, it normally takes a lot longer. I hope that that has been interesting for you. Be sure to come back for our next episode where we'll explore tips and tricks for your success in selling your antique and vintage piece. So remember to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and maybe even share it with a friend who might also enjoy learning about how to sell their antique or vintage piece. See you next time.